Hello, my excellent student. Welcome to this lesson. Before we start the lesson properly, please get your equipment ready while I wait. Thank you. Okay, please write the date, underline it, the learning objective, underline it as well. Thank you. Okay, once you finish writing the date and the learning objective, please answer these 5 retrieval task questions. You will need to pause the video to answer the questions. Once you finish answering the questions, unpause the video to mark your answers. You have 5 minutes to complete these questions. You can pause the video now. Thank you. Please get your green pen to mark the answers. First question, what happens during a solar eclipse? So a solar eclipse happens when the moon gets in the way of the sun's light and casts a shadow on Earth. That means during the day, the moon moves over the sun and it gets dark. And this only happens during the new moon. During the new moon, the sun, the sun, the moon and the earth align itself. So the moon is between the sun and then the earth. So the moon's shadow is usually cast on the earth. And this happens only during the new moon. Then what happens during a lunar eclipse? So during a lunar eclipse, the earth is between the sun and then the moon. At this time, the shadow of the earth is cast on the moon. So the earth gets in the way of the sun's light hitting the moon. That means that during the night, a full moon fades away as Earth's shadow covers it up. So the moon also look reddish, and we call it the blood moon. And this happens only during the full moon. Question 3. How many phases of moon are there? We have 8 phases of moon, and these 8 phases are new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, and waning crescent. So these are the 8 phases of the moon. Question 4. Does the moon spin? Yes, the moon does spin on its axis, completing a rotation once every 27.3 days. Question 5. How does the moon orbit the earth? So the moon orbits the earth once every 27.3 days. It also takes approximately 27 days for the moon to rotate on its axis. So what did you score? Give yourself a score out of 5. What was your score? Okay, amazing. Success criteria. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify the 4 seasons on Earth. The Earth. We live on a planet called Earth. It is the only planet we know that has life. And this planet, the Earth, is covered by 70% water and 30% land. It has 2 permanent ice caps at the North Pole and the South Pole. Now, the Earth is surrounded by a mixture of gases, and this mixture of gases are called the atmosphere. And these gases are mostly nitrogen and oxygen. So, what do you notice about the diagram of the Earth? So, as we can see, the Earth is tilted on its axis, and this causes seasons. Okay, can you please to check your knowledge? answer these 5 questions. You will have 3 minutes to complete the questions. So please pause the video now while you answer the questions. Thank you. Okay, please get your green pen to mark the answers. First question, what percentage of the earth is land? 70% of the earth is water, while 30% of the earth is land. What do we call the layers of gas that surround the earth? So the layers of the gas that surround the earth are, or is called the atmosphere. What is unusual about the earth? The earth is tilted upon its axis and it is the only planet that supports life. Which 2 gases make up most of the earth's layer of gases? So we have nitrogen and oxygen. Which gas is required for respiration? So the gas that is required for respiration is oxygen. Well done. So what did you score? Give yourself a score out of 5. Well done. Amazing. Okay, the length of the year. Usually it takes the earth about 365.25 days to orbit the sun, and that's the length of the year. So we call that 1 year, 1 full year, 365.5 days to orbit the sun. Okay, and the seasons. Usually the earth has got an imaginary line which we call the axis, and this earth is tilted on its axis and at an angle of 23 degrees. So the tilt of the earth is what causes the seasons. Now, usually when the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, it is northern summer and winter in the southern hemisphere. Also, when the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, it is southern summer, and the north, it's in winter. Okay, summer and winter. When is the sun highest in the sky? Is it during summer or winter? Usually in summer, the sun is at its highest in the sky at noon, while the sun is at its lowest in winter. Why is it northern summer when the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun? Take your time to think. So when the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun is at its higher angle in the sky, and the sun's rays are less spread out. So you have more concentration of rays. Therefore, they have greater heating effect. In the northern winter, the sun is at the lower angle in the sky because the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun. Consequently, the sun's rays are more spread out and have a lower heating effect than in summer. So they are less spread out and so have a lower heating effect in summer. Okay. why do we have day and night? It takes the Earth 24 hours to spin around its axis. So the time it takes for a planet to spin once on its axis is the length of that planet's day. So because it takes the Earth 24 hours to spin round its axis, that is what 1 day on Earth. Where on the diagram below is its day time. Please put your finger where you think it is. Okay, let's see whether you're right. Oh yes, well done you. Next question. Night time. Of course, well done. Okay, how about sunrise? Of course, the equator. Thank you. Now, how does the sun move across the sky during the day? So you find that this sun rises in the east and then sets in the west, usually. And the sun is at its highest in the sky during noon times. And why does all this occur? That's because the earth spins and moves around the earth. And moves around the sun. And what next we need to think of is, why do we have longer days in summer and shorter days in winter? That's because the sun is at a higher angle in sky in summer than in winter. So because of this, we have longer days in summer and shorter days in winter, because the sun is above the horizon longer in summer than in winter. So in winter, we have shorter days, while in summer, we have longer days. Why? Because the sun is at a higher angle in the sky in summer than in winter, as we can see here. Okay. Please, to check the progress, can you please answer these 5 questions? You have 5 minutes to complete these questions. Please pause the video to check or to answer all the questions. Thank you. Okay. First question. Get your green pen, please, to mark. Why does the sun appear to move across the sky? That's because the earth spins on its axis. Second question. Which direction does the sun rise? So the sun rises in the east, and in which direction does the sun set? The sun sets. Okay. Mark your answers now. What did you score? Well done. Okay. Please insert the keywords. You have 2 minutes. Pause the video to complete this task as well. Thank you. Okay, you can mark your answers. What did you score? Well done. Okay, can you please match the words to the meaning? Pause the video while you do that as well. Okay, once you've completed this and checked your answer, because of time, complete this exercise as well. Please pause the video to complete it as well. You have 5 minutes to complete this exercise as well. And once you've done that, please unpause the video to mark your answers. Okay, at the end of this exercise, please can you use the knowledge organizer and the website to answer these questions on the knowledge journal. Thank you.